Hello everyone, 10 here. I'm going to be casting a 1 versus 1 between the red Zerg, Heaton, and the blue Zerg, VaguelyGay. The red Zerg spawning on the top right side, VaguelyGay spawning on the top left. Interesting name. This is a Surf Silver League game, and the map is Metalopolis. We have a Zerg versus Zerg game here. What's great to do with Zerg players, as you see both people doing here, is we have the Overlord Scout going by. This is a great thing to do, is to take your Overlord, your first Overlord, just check that close position. It is a good thing to know if you are planning on fast expanding, which is something you want to know as Zerg, is, hey, can I fast expand, or is he too close? You probably still could do it if he's here, but hey, if you're playing another Zerg and he's close, you probably don't want to fast expand, so we'll see if anyone goes for that fast expansion in this game. We do have the blue Zerg, VaguelyGay. We'll just call him Vaguely or Gay or VG because that is a mouthful and it's kind of weird. But looks like he's saving up minerals. He's spending them now. So looks like we have good production of drones right now, and they're all just macroing out, trying not to get supply blocked too bad. And we have some Overlord scouting going on here, so he's going to see basically everything. There's really nothing that he can hide right now. Heaton is sitting here, and he just hasn't made any building set, no spawning pool, no expansion, hasn't really made anything. But he's going to continue to scout, and the Overlord for Heaton is in his enemy space, is in Vaguely space as well. And he doesn't have anything to hide either. So they both just have a base, nothing really going on just yet. Spawning pool going down for Heaton, and he is starting his gas. This is something you don't often see Zerg do, some Zerg tend to get their gas later, especially if they're going just Zerglings, but of course there's just nothing wrong with getting your gas this early. And we have Vaguely throwing down that fast expansion. This is very common, especially in 1 versus 1. He just has to be careful because Heaton is going for that spawning pool earlier than him, and he is throwing that fast expansion, so he has to make sure he has units to defend this, otherwise he will be okay. So the hatchery is on the way, and Vaguely still has is just starting his gas now, so he's getting that gas building up. And we'll see how everyone does. He might be using this just to get metabolic boost or upgrade to layer tech, but both of which are still with no units yet. Units tab, only workers and overlords, so this looks like it might be a long macro game. We'll see how this pans out. We also have no metabolic upgrade on the way for Heaton. He's about to have his 100 gas. He's going to go for metabolic. Yes, he does. So he was getting that gas, and he was very interested in getting a metabolic boost, so he's definitely going to go Zergling, and he's definitely going to start rushing, see what he can do to get that down. He's selecting all his workers right now and see if he plans on making another building. Oh, he has made his queen, and he is going to try to get rid of that overlord. I would check. Yes, there you go. Inject that larva as early as you can. There's no such thing as injecting larva too early. It can only help you. It is one of the greatest things to do. It is severely it ups your game with the macro. If you do not inject larva, you definitely should start. Not hard at all. And it looks like Vaguely does have his Zerglings out, but now he is supply blocked, so he has to throw down those overlords, and this is going to be a big deal if he remains supply block, because right now he's trying to get units out, and this is exactly what he needed to get out those early Zerglings, because he is supply blocked, and now he cannot defend his expansion at all, and looks like he's going to move in with these 4 Zerglings. It's not quite enough to maybe really mess anything up. He does have a spine crawl going down. This is a good idea, because now he knows, hey, I was supply blocked, and now I am a little bit behind. It's probably a good idea to throw down that spine crawler. Looks like we have Vaguely researching metabolic boost as well. So it looks like we're both going to have Zerglings here, so it's going to be a lot and probably a good micro game as far as both guys in this game can get that micro going. We have Heaton securing that tower, massing up, and here he goes. He's macroed up his units very well, and now he has expanded. You can see down here, so he's going to start that expansion, and he's moving in. He's on the creep. He's probably going to try to take out that queen ASAP. He's only got 2 Zerglings here for Vaguely, so it's going to be really tough for him to defend. His spine crawl is up, but he says, hey, I'm going to avoid that altogether. I'm going right for those workers, and there's a fight in the main base. Looks like Vaguely might be able to hold this off. Is he going to try to save these Zerglings, or is he going to try to get some quick worker kills? Looks like he's trying to bug out here, and Spine Crawl, boom, got a little hit on the Spine Crawler, and he is definitely going to get out here. How far is Vaguely going to chase him, though? This is going to be a problem, because Vaguely now has come back, since those 2 has a distraction, and Vaguely does turn around, which is pretty smart, because we have Heaton is now getting out roaches. He has a Roach Warden made, and he is bringing these Zerglings back after a very a very heated battle down in the main base. We'll get rid of that name tab real quick. I'm sure you know which guy is which. And his hatchery is now up. He has injected larvae. He has got a queen down here. No creep spreading started for either player. Vaguely is now got lots of zerglings. Check how many zerglings exactly he has. He has 34 zerglings. He wants to make something happen. Is he going to check the tower? No, he doesn't. He says, I don't need to do any of that. However, he's here comes the attack right now. This is going to be tough for him to defend. He's going to have to stop up this ramp with something and use these roaches to stop on the ramp. There you go. And he's going to be able to use these roaches to try to take out as many of these as he possibly can. Roaches are very good against zerglings. There's no denying that. And looks like Vaguely is realizing this. Is he going to bug out? Yes, he will. It's a very smart move. He does not want to overcommit to that because these roaches will just take out those zerglings very easily. And his roaches are going to plug up the ramp, so it is very good, and his roaches are going to regen his health and get right back into the fight. We have a layer tech going down for Heaton, and hopefully I'm staying there. Heaton, yeah, that's right, okay. And he's getting his second gas at his main, and no gas currently at his expansion. He currently is not mining from his expansion yet. He just started. He's got those 2 workers down there. He's got 2 more coming in, so this is good. So he's going to have to get his queen back here and inject larvae. Is his queen still alive? That's what I really need to know right now. His queen is not alive, so he's going to have to make a new queen, which he is. He is not. It's very important to stay on top of your queens and make sure you have queens at all times injecting that larva. It's very important. There he's injecting larvae. He's probably about to realize it because, oh no, I don't have a queen down here. Those pesky zerglings sniped it. There it is. And now here we go again. We got more the same zergling force right here, and it looks like Vaguely is trying to macro a little bit here. We got a Spire going down for Heaton. He is definitely going to keep messing with him, so, you know, he's probably anticipating, hey, someone's going to respond to these, Vaguely's going to respond to my roaches, and I'm going to say, you know what, I'm going to throw that Spire down. It's also important to throw down that Spire down right around your tech level 2. You know, you have the ability to throw it down. You may not need it until later, you know, start harassing expansions when he gets third base and such. However, you know, it takes forever to get down. I believe it's about 2 minutes. Here comes another attack right now. A lot of zerglings. It looks like he was not very interested in reacting to those roaches. He says, you know what, I can beat him right now as is. He sees it coming. He knows, which is great scouting by Heaton, but says, you know what, I'm going to try to focus this down, try to pull those roaches off. Is he going to pull these roaches off the ramp? Looks like he is not. He says, I'm not going to fall for that. Take my expansion, so be it. But I'm not going to come off this ramp at all. And those broodlings are attacking, but he is going to get those workers, and that's going to be very frustrating. And he says, you know what, I'm out of here. I dropped your hatchery. I'm going to get out of here right now. Oh, wait, he might be sticking around. He may not have sight. Does he have sight on this? No, he does not. He does not have sight on these zerglings. He's about to move out. He's checking it out. And now he sees them. He says, hey, these zerglings are sitting out here. He knows they're out there. And he says, what I got to do is I got to protect this. But he's got to realize, and he knows that, hey, I got these roaches. I need to plug up that hole. It's very important that I do that. He's got Mutalisk on the way for Heaton and roaches coming out for Vaguely. So this is getting interesting. This is exactly what Heaton was looking for when he threw down that Spire. He said, hey, he's probably going to make roaches or something to fight my roaches. So hopefully, and he's going to come in here. He's going to try to harass with these 2 Mutalisks very early. It's a nice job. He's going to try to take out that queen. Vaguely did a very smart thing. Inject larva. Hey, this queen goes down. At least I injected larva in time. Something that is very important to do. The queen is made for injecting larvae, not for fighting Mutalisks. And the Mutalisks are going to be flying around, and this queen wants a piece of them. And these Mutalisks maybe don't have enough to fight the queen. And one of them is quite softened up in the red now with 21. The other one is still at full health. So these Mutalisks are going, oh man, these queens are kind of got us in a pinch here. But Vaguely saying, it's probably thinking, okay, well now I need to start dealing with air. So unfortunately, Mutalisk harass it did not really work as well as long as he's able to hold this off, or if he doesn't come out with more Mutalisks. So at least he's producing some more. It looks like he's producing 3, and looks like he's sending them over. Yes, and now he's intercepting the roaches, and the roaches are probably pretty upset about that. The queen's not chasing him. This is great Mutalisk harassment. Even though he's not getting a lot of kills, he's distracting the queens. Here we go, and here comes an attack right now with the roaches. This is exactly what I wanted. Hey, I'm going to shoot them their entire walk over. Vaguely doesn't have anything to defend against us. No Hydralisk, nothing. Vaguely should be throwing down Hydralisk, and should be throwing an Aspire, should be throwing something, because these are not going to do anything against these Mutalisks. He got more Mutalisks right now, and he's got a whole other army waiting here, so he's not all in on the Mutas. So once you get here, it's not like you're going to be in the clear. You've got a whole fight to fight, and you're just going to sit here and take damage. So let's see how they're doing. There are no upgrades for either player. on these roaches, and you're going to fight roach versus roach, you better be sure you get some upgrades, but no player has decided to take upgrades. Looks like some micro trying to move them back around here, which is perfectly fine, because hey, these mutos can continue doing that damage as a constant thing. We have more roaches coming out for Heaton, and he's going to continue shooting these roaches. He's trying to focus on his hatchery, but he did not have nearly enough roaches to get that done. And finally, the spire goes down, and another queen being produced. So maybe he wants to get an additional queen out right now, maybe to help defend until he gets that spire down and has Mutalisk or Corruptors or some other area of his own to fight back against these other mutas. Mutas come back, continue to harass, an evolution chamber going down. That's going to give him the ability to make spore clusters, or spore crawlers, whatever they're called. And he sees the spire going down, he's going to be able to continue to harass that. The queen did go down, so this is going to be a huge problem for Vaguely. I don't know if Vaguely can hold this off. It's really unfortunate, it didn't make anything. He had more than enough time to do that, but at least Vaguely did the right thing. He said, hey, he's going to focus this down and transfer the workers here, but hey, it doesn't really matter. He's got Mutalisk all up in his face, got 2 here, and here comes the attack of roaches. This is game over for Vaguely. Vaguely doesn't look like he actually has anything. He's made this terrible mistake. He's got a lot of minerals. He really kind of slipped on his macro. You can see now he's trying to throw down the spore clusters. Now he's throwing down roaches. I don't know. Roaches are not going to do him very much, but he allowed Heaton to really get in his face and really make these roaches and not respond, and then make these Mutalisks and not respond. The only thing he's got is a queen to fight 5 Mutalisks. That ain't going to happen. He's running short of resources because he's just really caught him in a pinch here. In a rock in a hard place. The spore crawl is going down, but these drones are long distance mining, about to run past all these roaches. We'll have no problem shooting them. And he's going to continue to run the back and forth. They are in the open, and I expect a GG soon out of this game. Really not much left as far as the units go. All he has is workers and overlords for Vaguely. This has gotten bad fast, and it's really bad because all he had to do was respond to these mutas. And I guess he didn't think they were as big of a threat when you only saw 2, but hey, as a Zerg player, it is your responsibility to react to exactly what your opponent's doing, and when you see someone go with the muta, you need to respond to it, even if it's just 1 or 2, you need to have a contingency plan. So, Vaguely says, nice job. Crash on each other, it's a good job to be good players when you finish a game. It looks like he just started Zerg. And looks like none of these wanted to play Zerg. None of these are traditional Zerg players. Personally, I'm a born-again Zerg, which means I used to play Terran, and now I play Zerg almost all the time. Sometimes I'll go back to Terran. But one lesson learned to a new Zerg player, and when someone's making mutas, you need to respond either with mutas of your own or Hydralisks, which are very effective against Mutalisk. They'll make quick work of them. And that was actually a good heads up by Heaton. And Heaton, this is an important thing to do. Sometimes, hey, this sounds kind of crazy, but sometimes people pretend like they're about to GG and they'll continue to start to talk to you. Do not slip on your production. Continue to make units. You never know. They might be trying to play you. Hey, you never know. People do all kinds of funny stuff, but it's clear that Vaguely is out of this game. He is being revealed, so there's nothing that he has left. You can see everything he got. But yeah, he's talking about, hey, I had a lot of speedlings, and he was definitely a contender, but you know what? Heaton was able to most certainly react with those roaches, and the reason why Heaton won this is he didn't let his workers get killed. I would say for sure is because he plugged up this ramp right here, and the speedlings were like, well, if I run into that, we're dead meat. And he was able to plug up that ramp. He did the responsible thing. He Vaguely was trying to entice him, say, hey, come out here, I'm going to kill your hatchery. He decided to play cool, and he says, I'm going to try to be responsible about this, I'm going to stay back, and I'm going to not run after that, because, hey, if I run down here with all my roaches, maybe he might be able to squeeze up here and get into my main, which would be a whole lot worse. So, that was a pretty good game from the Silver League. I thank you for sending it in, and remember, this channel will cast any game that you send it, so send any cast from any league, as long as it's a ladder game, no custom games. But if you send your cast to getgamescasted@gmail.com, it will be in the description, and every game will be casted. So send in any game you want, and I will cast it. Thanks for watching, guys.